jump out. All right, but yeah. So I just did a video on creative intelligence. Excuse me, on holistic intelligence. We're looking at the 7 dimensions of intelligence. I was tempted to put in let's see, good. I was tempted to put in other forms of intelligence. We're not going to do that right now. So this video is about adopting from foreign lands and war-torn countries, things like that. And pardon me if the signal's not that great. It's going off the dome, y'all. So bear with me. Woo! 66.99. Oh, yeah. So I thought about this because I was in the store the other day. I'm just putting this out because the video's in my list and I need to get my videos out here. I was thinking about this the other day because I was in the store and I saw this beautiful Russian girl. Well, she was Ukrainian. I accidentally called her Russian. She looked at me like she wanted to kill me. Not really. She's cute, hot, pretty face. I mean, I can never tell. I don't know. They're pretty. And so beautiful. I mean, these Russian women, man. I mean, women from Russia, Ukraine, not Yugoslavia, the Slavics. Okay, the Slavics, they got these gorgeous eyes, man. Especially from the Caucasus region, like southwestern Russia. God bless it. Iran, northern Iran, southwestern Russia, they butt up against each other. Those areas, the women just have the most beautiful eyes. They're not my type because I like the darker eyes women, but man, her eyes were like this hazily green. Anyway, I digress. So I'm bringing this up because I saw this woman and I was talking to her, and just because she was so beautiful, I had to talk to her. You know, I'm the kind of guy that if I see a gorgeous woman, I just have to talk to them. I don't know what it is. But I don't try to like oogle and Google on them. Hey, woman, let me touch your body. I'm not that guy. All right. So I talked to her and I was like, hey, you Russian? Bushti, no. And she was like, no. And I was like, where are you from? Ukraine. I was like, oops, sorry. And I was like, yeah, I just noticed you had gorgeous eyes. I thought you had really pretty eyes. Thank you. And then she got really sweet. And I was like, man, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But so I thought about the war-torn countries and how if we develop ourselves as humans in the best way possible, you get your money straight, your life straight, you find an amazing woman, and she's not young enough to have kids in a healthy fashion, and she's not trying to go through the birth process. Why not adopt a child from Palestine or from Ukraine or Russia or wherever, the war-torn places, right? If you get your life right and you find a lady that like really respects you and you are respectable as a man, and because you're never gonna find a woman to respect you if you're not respectable. It doesn't happen. If you're a man and you complain about how women don't respect men, that's because you're not respectable. I hate to say it. Look, I did that. I said, women don't like me. Western women, boy, these Western women are so hard to do it. No, they're not. We can do better as men. And when you realize you're a child of the Most High God, you're special. And so you get to have the best in life. So if you can get your act together and you love children, like I love children, I genuinely love kids. I love seeing them. I love hearing them. They make a bunch of noise. They're monsters, little animals. If you can get your life together, there are children that need a good father and a good mother and a Christian home. And I'm talking a real Christian home, not like a weird Christian home. We're going to teach them about Jesus. No, like you're going to give them a great life and teach them to love themselves and to love humanity and to be an asset to the species. Those kids need a home, y'all. Syrian refugees, Afghani refugees, so many, the Yazidi people that are being killed, like slaughtered, the Uyghur people. There's so many groups of people that, you know, if the kids, their parents get killed, they're in an orphanage in a refugee camp, like, and they need a loving family, a loving home. And like I said, I want to have 10 children, okay? I already have kids, but I want more. And I love my kids, they're the greatest. I just would like to have more, okay? And so I realized, like, I've been limiting myself because I typically won't, like, long-term date a woman. I haven't long-term dated a woman in a long time. In a long time. The last one I did was like 31. And that for me is too old. Like, I don't want to date a woman in her 30s and I'm in my 40s. What am I saying? But I was like, well, let me change that. I could date women in their 30s that don't want to have kids if they're okay with, they love kids and they're willing to adopt, and just help to rear humans that love themselves, love the Lord, and love the law of life, and are going to be assets to the human story. I mean, these people have cultural, genetic ties to these war-torn lands. If you can help them and support them, and in so doing, build God's kingdom, build the golden age, they will go back in the world and they will make humanity great again. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the chat. I'm driving in a car. No, excuse me. I'm sitting in a car that's moving at a high velocity. So I'm not going to answer the chat right now. But anyway, just want to put that out there. Look, if you guys are considering it, and you're watching this and you consider yourself Apex, and you're trying really hard to have a child, you will have a child if it is something that you really open your spirit up to. Okay? But you may also need to adopt. And a woman suggested that to me. She was an older woman too, who was trying to get with me. She's like, what about adopting? And I was like, I like it when I mix my genetics with another woman that doesn't look like me. I like to see what happens. Because I like that. I like mixed kids. My kids are mixed, but they're not like, they look like me. So they're beautiful too. They're very good looking kids. Like, a lot of people always compliment them. Anyway, of course they're beautiful. Look at me. But I like, and their mom's mixed, so whatever. They're mixed, I'm mixed, we're all mixed. But I like mixing genetics up. I like that. I believe in hybrid vigor, but I also believe that you should, stick within your ethnic enclave because it's important to maintain ethnic sovereignty and genetic sovereignty. I'm just not the guy to do that, okay? Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Older women are amazing, and if you find one that really, really, is legit, it's not like, oh, older women need love too. We're not throwing them a bone. No, it's a coming together, right? I mean, there are older women that is just so exceptional they can't mess with any other guys, and you might just be apex enough to be with them, and you can be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're 45, and I want to have kids. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you do what you do. Gotta provide, but it's something to consider. All right. Anyway, if you can adopt some children from war-torn countries, it really breaks my heart to hear everything that's going on. And I try and brush it off, the whole Israel and Afghan, all these war places. I don't like to get into it because I really love kids and I hate seeing children suffer. It always makes me cry, and I don't like to cry on the friggin' YouTubes. But I'm a very emotional person, even though I pretend like I'm not. My parents will probably think they probably think I don't have a soul because I don't think I've cried in front of them for like 30, 40 years. Not 40 years, but at least 30. But I am emotional and I love children. So I hate to see that kind of stuff, and I just want to see the world get better. So anyway, I'm doing my part. You guys can do your part. We're all going to do our part. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I'm getting a bat signal. Stay Apex.